way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the tiers according to the casual players and the votes of Eventhubs. So the way Eventhubs works, for anyone who doesn't know, because I guess I should explain this, right? Eventhubs is not a singular person who creates the tier list. It is an ever-changing tier list by votes from the people. Okay, so people vote on the characters they want to see higher or lower, and as those characters go, as those characters get voted on more, they go up or down. That's simple, right? And ooh, that's really loud. Damn, that was loud. And so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the game. Are we 3 weeks in yet? We're a few weeks into Street Fighter 6, and we can already see what the trends are for characters so far in Street Fighter 6. How they're being viewed by the overarching vast majority of the vocal community that wants to vote on something like this. I've never voted on an Eventhubs tier list ever. Just for reference. Ever. Not a single time I've ever voted on an Eventhubs tier list. But maybe we'll have to today. Let's take a look. How many characters are there? 18? 20? 18. So we got the full list. Here it is. Here's the full tier. Oh, I full screened the wrong. I wasn't even tapped into this shit. I don't know how I moved it. So, looks like for the full tier list, all 18 characters in order. We can just look at the order real quick. We got Manon, JP, Cammy, Luke, Jury, DJ, Ken, Guile, Blanca, Kimberly, Chun-Li, Ryu, Dalsum, Zangief, Marissa, Mr. E Honda, Jamie, and Lily. And before we get any further into this, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video, subscribe to the video. We're going to talk about the way we feel about these characters and how we feel about their placements in this very broad tier list from tons of people. But before we do that, you should definitely subscribe to the channel to see more content like this, because we're going to be doing stuff like this all the time. I'm hoping to find more funny and fun content to do, not all informational. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's get back into it. So let's just start from the top. Let's just start from the top, shall we? So we got Manon. We got her at the top. I think people think Manon is a pretty strong character. I don't know if anyone who's like very well versed in the game, like the top players, even including people who main Manon, right? IDOM, 801 Strider, would consider Manon to be top 1. If I'm being honest. Yeah, that's a good point. I think Manon is only up there because IDOM plays them. All the casuals watch IDOM. They're like, damn, IDOM's fucking cooking. This character must be the best character in the game. But I don't think Manon is the best character. I don't think she's like S tier. I don't think she's SS tier. But she is very strong, right? I could see in a perfect world, she doesn't respond so well to being called strong, but haha, 5 medals. Yeah, so I think when this character snowballs, maybe she's among the best characters in the game. But without snowballing, she's probably right outside of that like top 6 contention, right? JP, we can move right on along JP. JP, I understand. Casuals don't want to play Injustice. They want to play Street Fighter, and they got Injustice when JP was on the screen. JP has Injustice and NRS style normals. He's got target combos that start off plus buttons, which means that he can stagger you with said target combos. His target combos are special cancelable, which means that he can use them to start full combos. JP is the top tier scrub buster, okay? I think that there are scrub buster style characters in this game. Kimberly is one of them, but I think if like we're looking at the top tier scrub buster character, it's JP for sure. JP is the character that if you're very bad at playing through fireballs, if you're very bad at playing around long range normals and frustrating styles of gameplay, this character's gonna shit on you. It doesn't matter how proficient you are with your character. If you can't stop what he's doing on the other side of the screen, you're not gonna be able to play versus JP. Do I think that he's top 2? No, but I think he's in contention for like top 5. I think he could potentially be top 5, depending on who you're asking. If you got confirmed 5 times into command grabs in a set, you deserve to lose that set. In my opinion, her medals are fine. Yeah, I think people want her medals nerfed. They don't want her to keep medals throughout the rounds. And I think that they would have to lower the amount that she needs, right? So if you look at Jamie needs 4 drinks per round, and I feel like that's too many. He should actually max out at 3. Like, they should just change his damage to 95 and give him the specials that he has at 1 drink, and he needs to get 3 drinks, right? And same thing with Manon, right? If you want those drinks to, I mean, if you want those medals to not stack per round, it should be 3 or 4. It should not be 5. 5 seems asinine. There's no way you're gonna feasibly be able to get 5 medals in a round and not have already just straight up killed your opponent, right? So it's weird the way that people want to talk about balancing her, as if she's like top 1. They want to talk about balancing her. Very funny. I think I need to turn on my header. There we go, because we couldn't see any of that stuff because we have a white logo. I mean, we had a white page here. Cammy. Whoa, okay, so when I first started playing, I didn't see a lot of Cammies, and as I've gotten into Plat, which isn't super duper high, but as I've gotten into Plat, I've seen significantly more of them. And I legit think Cammy is one of those characters who doesn't really have a real weakness. Like, she plays at most ranges on the screen very well. She has really solid anti-airs that are normals. She has an amazing special, like a DP anti-air. She has dive kick, and with punish counter being a thing, right? If you punish counter a fireball with a dive kick, you're getting full combo damage, buddy. She's got crouching medium kick into drive rush, like among the other top tier characters. I think this character legit could be top 5. Like, so her being placed here, I won't even like argue it. I think that Cammy is a very, very strong character. We'll get there. Yeah, I'm confused about that too. Next, we got Luke. Mr. Lucas Sullivan. Our boy from World Tour. Yeah! You know, I love Luke. Big fan of Luke. Do I think Luke is in the top 5? Absolutely. I see that in these trends, he's actually going up, and Manon and JP are both going down. Daily difference. And I think there's probably good reason for that. I think that Luke is probably in contention to be top 1. Luke is easily one of the top 3 characters in the game. He does everything on the screen very well. He has really good mix-ups, really good damage, strong confirms, an amazing projectile, solid anti-airs, really good supers. All 3 of his supers are very strong, and some of the best meterless damage in the game. Like, I think Luke is in contention to be top 1 for sure. I can't argue. The only thing I can argue is that he's too low, right? I can't argue that he's not top 5. I don't think that he should be 4th. Next, we have Jury. Misconsistency. I feel like I've said that a lot. I think Jury is the character who every time she gets a hit, the hit basically turns into the same thing that you want it to turn into, right? It's not one of those things where she does a hit and you're like, oh no, like what's my confirm here? You're like, oh, I just do the same thing I did for the last hit. Like, it doesn't matter. Or she's always getting either medium fuha into a knockdown or heavy fuha into uppercut, right? Or she's getting one of the Rekka series, the medium Rekka, into a forward medium punch, into drive rush, into crouching heavy, into heavy Rekka, into heavy fuha, into uppercut, right? It's all ending in usually the same thing, right? Her lights are very strong. She's got a very strong standing medium and crouching medium. Standing medium happens to be +2 on block, so it's a very good frame trap and a very good walk down button. You can kind of just walk people down with it, slowly press it and make them have to do something, make them have to act. Jury solid. I can honestly see Jury being exactly where she is in this tier list in top 5, right? She's in top 5. She could go down 1 or 2. She could go up 1 or 2, but I think she's a really, really good character. DJ, my main. Oh, yeah. All right. I think DJ, he's in a good spot, right? I'd put him at like 3rd through 6th. So, like, I'm cool with that. I think that casuals, they got it right on the money with DJ and Jury, for sure. These next 4 feel right, maybe a bit higher. It's funny you say that, because the 2 that are right after DJ are 100% better than DJ, so it's very weird they're below him. Kin and Guile. These are, so I have this theory that Capcom loves Americans because they made the 3 American characters the best characters in the game, in my opinion, right? Japanese players also think that they're the best characters in the game. I believe in some of the early Japanese tier lists, they put Luke as SS, top 1 by himself, and they put Kin and Guile right under him. They're like, he's in a tier zone, but it's not like so much a tier zone that these 2 characters can't compete. But like, these 3 characters are the trifecta of the game, and they're all white, blonde hair, blue eyes. So I think Capcom really likes Americans. But so these 2 characters, specifically Kin, let's start with him. Gormless, crazy damage, crazy offense, really good spacing traps, very good target combos, special cancelable on basically every button, really good damage, great way to play through fireballs, has a fireball of his own as well. does immaculate guard gauge damage, or drive gauge damage, I should say, and really, really, really solid meterless confirms, along with heavy Dragon Lash, which is safe to DI if you're trying to react to it really late, and then the light and medium Dragon Lash to mix it up. I think this character is super solid. This character is a phenomenal character, arguably top 3. Very weird to see him this low. But maybe people don't struggle with Kim as often as they do with JP and Manon, right? In like a more lower level, right? In Iron, in Rookie, in Bronze, maybe even Silver and Gold, right? I don't know how many people are voting from where. Like, if we can look at, I guess we could like total up all the votes. This isn't actually that many votes, right? But surely the best players in the world aren't going to Eventhubs and choosing to cast their vote. They probably have better things to do, like labbing all these matchups so that we can find out how to actually beat these characters. Thanks, top players. Appreciate you guys. Don't hide your tech. Give us your tech. Guile. Best projectile in the game. Some of the best normals. Really good confirms. Super sick chip, right? When he burns you out, and he's really good at burning you out because of the fact that he's always pressuring you with booms and really long range normals. And an amazing checkmate super. I think that his level 2 super is the best super in the game for literally just checkmating the fuck out of people when they're in burnout. So it makes it so you have to fight your way into not getting burned out so that you don't die to a checkmate situation that he's setting up passively throughout his entire game plan. Really, really good character. Can't jump on the motherfucker unless he's walking forward. I don't know. I think Guile, in my opinion, I think Guile's the best character in the game. But it could stand to reasonably be Luke. Blanca. I'm gonna be real. My homie Sector Nix plays Blanca. I watch him play, and this character looks sick as fuck, but I cannot tell you where I think he is on a tier list. 9th is probably reasonable. Like, I don't know how much higher you'd put this character. You might even lower him a bit, right? Like, he's very finicky. He's got really good lights. He has a phenomenal anti-air, but he's, like, tricky to a fault, right? The way he has to play is he has to play in a way that's usually putting him in the back foot unless he's playing very defensively. The character does have really, really good defense, but normally the way this character is played, and probably why he's placed in the 9th spot, is by being an aggressive new buster. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Like an aggressive, like scrub buster style character, which is funny because when you look at the next character on the list, Kimberly. I think Kimberly is also a scrub buster style character, but she actually has really good neutral tools, right? The more I played the character, the more I realized I don't have to just run around with special moves all the time. Her neutral's actually phenomenal, right? Her crouching medium punch, her crouching medium kick, her standing heavy kick as an anti-air, her crouching heavy punch as an anti-air, her back heavy kick is actually an overhead that you can combo off of naturally. She's got really good and really fast jabs, nice jab confirms. Her target combo is really good. She has like 3 different target combos for situational purposes, right? She's got like the one that pushes really far away, she's got the one that side swaps, and then she has the medium punch, heavy punch target combo that leads into all of her big damage confirms that you're getting off of like crouching medium punch or counter hit crouching medium kick. Super, super good character. Honestly, I think in a world where people really learn how to use perfect parry properly and play through projectiles, she even has good projectile kill tools like her teleports, her EX and her regular teleport. I think that if people learn how to perfect parry properly and you make people really scared to use projectiles and you also just have like really good anti-projectile, anti-fireball tools, I think Kim could stand to be even higher. I think she could be on like the 6th or 7th spot for sure. Chun-Li, I think right now Chun-Li's in a good spot because of how hard she is to play. Like, I can't blame people for putting Chun-Li low because she seems to have a lot of everything, but in like the weirdest ways. Right? She's got like a stance, she's got really good anti-airs, she has a decent enough fireball, really good pokes, but like it's all just overshadowed by the characters who do it better. And like, it's not that she doesn't have her niche, but it just feels like her niche is covered by other characters, right? Like, why are you playing Chun-Li, who has a bad fireball and like decent anti-airs and decent confirmed, if you could just be playing Juri, who has a slightly better slow fireball and has really good anti-airs and really consistent confirms all the time without having to go into something like a stance, right? I don't know if I could put Chun-Li any higher. I think Chun-Li is probably in the right spot for now with the way that she's currently being played in the game. Ryu. I like Ryu, but I don't think he's like super strong. I think if you're gonna play a Shoto, it should just be Luke or Ken. He's really fun and he's really cool to mess around with, but nothing he's doing is inherently pressuring you, is inherently scaring you. It's usually going to be something that you just know that you have to deal with, and can find a game plan to play through it, right? He's Mr. Honesty, and he's always been Mr. Honesty. I'm sorry, maybe not in Super Turbo, but he's been Mr. Honesty for a very long time, and it keeps him from ever being top tier, but he's always a solid character because of it. I don't think that there's any truly bad character in the game right now. I think there's characters that are lackluster and with like 1 or 2 changes could easily be brought in line and just like sure up the balance of the game, like squeeze everyone closer together. And I think Ryu is that ground. Ryu's either that middle ground or what they should shoot for the worst characters to be. Dhalsim. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck Dhalsim is doing other than pestering you. I don't think this character is very strong. I could honestly see an argument for Zangief, Marissa, and Jamie being better than him. We'll talk about Eonda separately. But Dhalsim just doesn't seem very strong, so I guess this is a relatively good spot for him depending on how you feel about the other slower characters in the game, because like I said, Geef and Marissa and Lily are all really slow characters, so it kind of makes sense that people are putting them lower than Dhalsim. Dhalsim has a lot of good movement options, really long range buttons, and phenomenal fireballs, but like nothing he does really hurts and really scares you. You've got to make big mistakes for Dhalsim to take big like leads on you. Zangief. This is maybe one of the best iterations of Zangief to exist in a long time. I don't think that makes him inherently strong, but I think that it makes him really fun. Do I think he could be higher? Yeah, I think he could be above Sim. I think maybe there's even an argument that he's better than Chun. Like, maybe in a world. I don't think that he's better than Ryu. So, like, he's like close to the right spot. And if you look at the daily difference, he is continuing to go up, so that's pretty good. But Geef doesn't have all the tools in the world, right? He's got the grappler tools and he's got the grappler mindset, but it's nothing super fancy. Sometimes he'll just kill you off 3 reads or kill you off 2 reads, and it's your fault and you fucking died, get cooked. And other times he's struggling to get in and working super hard, and once he gets in, he still has to make that big read to take the round, right? Marissa being this low is actually kind of scary for me. Like, I'm wondering what casuals see that I don't, because I think this character has like really good, like she is a mids dispenser, she's a damage dispenser, she has really good ways to play around fireballs, very solid plus frames, armor. She could be like perfectly middle of the road. I don't know what she's doing below Geef and Dhalsim. But I guess she wouldn't be too much higher, right? Like maybe we'd swap her with like Ryu and move Ryu up 1 and move Geef where Chun-Li is or something. But I don't think that it's too far-fetched to say that Marissa is in the bottom half of the roster. E Honda, this is a travesty of a character. I don't know what the fuck he's doing down here. I don't know if casuals, I don't know if people in Rookie and Bronze and Silver and Iron are just not playing E Honda, or if they're just gods of the game and they're already perfect pairing. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but honestly, Honda Headbutt is a travesty of a move. He's got really phenomenal anti-airs, super good plus frames. How the fuck do you feasibly beat this character other than laming him out? How do you feasibly beat Honda? Like in a fair, mid-range, footsie, Street Fighter based matchup? You fucking don't. Marissa should be much higher. I don't think she should be much higher. I think she's squarely in the bottom half of the roster. Like, maybe she could squeeze into, like, 11th, but there's no way she's better than Kimberly, Blanca, Guile, DJ, Jury, Luke, Cammy, Manon, or JP. There's no fucking way. There's just no way. Jamie is arguably considered the worst character in the game by a lot of people, right? A lot of people think that the worst characters in the game are either Lily or Jamie. So these two being bottom 2, I ain't got nothing to say about it. I don't play a lot of Jamies, and I think Jamie is very pesty, but I don't think that he's a complete character until close to the end of the round, which honestly isn't enough. Like, they balance his character very funky, right? They could have gave him the disincentive of being minus, like, 5% damage, not 10. And starting with a few more of his normals, right? Doesn't he have his target combo from the start? Doesn't have dive kick? Doesn't have command grab, right? And missing all of those things from the start and has to work his way to getting them. His fireball disincentivization, or the way that you disincentivize fireballs as Jamie is by having drink, or by having the ability to sit full screen and drink. But like, drive rush is so good that some characters can just see you start at the drink, drive rush you, and hit you before the drink animation finishes, and if it doesn't finish, you do not get the drink. Jamie is kind of a weak character. Lily is another kind of, I won't even say weak, I'll say simple character. I think Lily has a game plan that is very simple and very effective, but because it's simple and effective, people consider this character sauceless. Because she's sauceless, she's not good, right? That's how people think about it. That's why characters like Ryu are down here. That's why characters like Chun-Li are down here in the lower half of the roster, because they're sauceless and because they don't have anything to trick you. You know when Lily's plus, you know when she's minus. It's very easy to understand when she wants to go for command grab, when she wants to space you out with big club normals. I think she's good because I think everyone's relatively good, right? Except for Jamie. I think honestly Jamie could use a buff or two, maybe even Lily and Dawson could use a buff or two. But I think right now with the way Lily stands, Lily is a fine character. She's okay, but she's just too honest. She's just too simple, as it were, right? As some people would call it. So the first half of this roster was very strange when it comes to this tier list, but the bottom half, they were kind of cooking. I think that the Eventhubs tier list, this is like not one of the worst Eventhubs tier lists I've ever seen, right? I think that the order of these top like 9 characters or 8 characters could be changed around, but I think they got the right characters for top 8, honestly, for the top half of the roster. Like if it were me, I'd probably put it in like this order. I'd probably go Luke, Guile, Ken, Jury, Cammy, JP, DJ. I think that would be my order. That my man knows what's up. Yeah, it's too hot for me to not have this. Let me go see what my thermostat's at now. Hold up. For anyone who's wondering what the fuck my donation goal means, I'll explain it when I get back. It went up. Fuck. It was at 85 earlier. It's at 86. Fuck. Help. Yeah, no, it's maintenance hasn't gotten to it. We've told them 3 times already. So it's just extremely hot in my apartment and we have it set to 68 so that it'll at least try to cool everything down, because if I don't, I'm sure it'd be way higher. But like when I run it and it doesn't make it to the temperature it's supposed to, my electric bill was over $240 this month because of the fact that the AC's not working right. Like my electric bill during summer in Texas, she's like 160, 170. That's normal. But like now I think it was like 250 something. It's pretty high. Anyways, that damn hurricane was the best thing to happen to my electric bill. Yo, let's go! Hurricanes are actually helping. Big dubs. So, that was the Eventhubs tier list. I don't think that it was the worst thing in the world. I think that, the top half was a little mixed up, a little topsy-turvy, but I do think that at least casuals kind of have some understanding of what is good in Street Fighter 6. Basically, like in a basic gameplay, I think they have the right characters in top 8, just in the wrong order. Honestly, just like turn that shit upside down, it might look even better, right? So that would be Guile, Ken, DJ, Jury, Luke, Cammy, JP, Manon. Yeah, that doesn't look bad either, right? Maybe they accidentally turned the top 8 upside down. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you're watching this on the YouTube, leave a comment down below of who you think are the best characters in Street Fighter 6 and how you would reorder this tier list. Let me know also in the comments below if you would like for me to put out my own tier list for Street Fighter 6 with explanations of how I feel about some of the characters on the roster. Anyways, this has been Beanie Thuggish for the YouTubes, talking about this Eventhubs tier list for Street Fighter 6 2 to 3 weeks into the game, signing out and saying peace.